guys, welcome back to the channel. You notice I've got rid of the hat and I've just got the hair. Hopefully it's all staying in place. It's like a fucking bush half the time. Anyway, let's jump into the video for today. Maybe I'm going to put out a couple of videos a day. This is getting really easy. I got a couch, I got new lighting coming, so it's going to be, I can film it at any time of day. Couch is in the room, the sound is good, little bits of plants and my girlfriend's artwork in the back here. I'm going to put that up on the wall. Let's get on with the video. And from the previous video, sort of like a little bit of a lead on to that, I was talking about Bix Weir Road to Ruder channel. Three amigos, that's who we're talking about. So I've got this video today's JSnip 4 in relation to that. Now I'm doing these videos on these guys because I see them pop up in my feed. I've subscribed to most of them, I think. Clif High, the three Stooges, the three amigos. And while, like I say, pretty much in every video that I do, sort of in response, it's more that I want to get like a discussion going, because in some ways I understand where they're coming from, but in a lot of other ways I feel like it's just leading people down the wrong path. And we end up with all these eternal bears coming out saying the world's coming to an end and we have apocalyptic this and that. We got Clif High's bot report saying that the 21st of August was supposed to be some big extreme date because it came up from one of his algorithms or something like that picks up all the noise and the words and stuff that's going on the internet. We sort of like scrap some of the emotion, which I think is a good thing. People bring too much emotion into some logical decisions and it just sort of throws them off. But I think at this point, when it was bringing up the date of the 21st, we had a solar eclipse, so maybe that was all the activity that people were talking about. Who knows? But whatever it was, it didn't seem like anything really big played out that everyone was talking about the end of the world coming on the 21st of August. I did do a video about that probably about a month ago. Yeah, it was in relation to JSnip 4's video. So anyway, I guess I've got some other date coming up in February. We'll see what happens with that. If there's any other dates, let me know down below, because I think this stuff is really good to track and I guess just, see what has actually happened, because there's a lot of people that take this information blindly, and I guess I just think the sun shines out of everyone's ass. It's, Clif is a super intelligent guy. There's no way that I would ever compete with him in that sort of intelligence. What I think the downfall is here is it's sort of like it's viewed from an eternal bear's point of view. When I mean bear, if you're into trading or investing, whatever, we have a bull market and we have a bear market, and we've got some people that think the world is coming to an end, and I guess you've got a lot of other people who are naive to all the manipulation that's going on. Sorry, I've been sick just a little bit under the weather the last day. Anyway, so yeah, we've got these sort of groups of people, and then we have what I like to consider, I feel like I'm in that middle group somewhere, that we see it from both sides, but then I'm trying to learn how to time this thing out, because we have bull cycles for humanity and we have bear cycles for humanity. And what I'm saying here is that these guys think that it's a bear cycle, where in fact we're in a bull cycle for humanity. We're going up, and then we're going to have little down periods in between, and we're going to have big down periods in between, but that time hasn't come yet. And from the work that I've seen, and I talk about Phil Anderson on this channel a lot, we're timed out for a mid-cycle slowdown. So, on the way up to this big bull run that we've started back in 2010, since the low of the stock market crash, and then the property market crash, a short while after that. So around that time, 2009 to 2011, we've been in a bull market. Everyone's calling it a bear. So yeah, that from my channel if you watch. So we're talking mid-cycle slowdown, that's where I was going. It's timed out to be around 2019 to 2021. That comes from a lot of Phil's work and Fred Harrison's work and Homer Hoyt, all the stuff that he studied through those guys. If you search those names on the net, you'll see what I'm talking about as well. They're sort of like old economists who aren't via the book, and you generally wouldn't find their work in universities, because people they just don't get that we have cycles, and they're pretty easy to forecast. We are in a bull market, not in a bear market in this case, and these guys just keep talking about we're going down. Anyway, the latest video from JSnip 4, just got it on the screen here. I love how he calls all of these videos realist news. I guess anyone who is on a apocalyptic end of the world is called a realist. I kind of understood that years and years ago, but now I just think you know, it's a bit stupid anyway. I think a realist point of view sort of balances both sides. And look, I got off my high horse again. I'm just like having a bit of a go. So yeah, if you guys want to jump in, hit me with your comments. Let me know what you think. Look, I like the discussion, and hopefully I can learn something else from that side as well. You know, there's a lot of shit that I learned from Clif High, and I absolutely love that. So he's talking about metals in this video. It's one of the latest ones, called gold nearing 1350, silver 18. That fast? Why? And if you're looking at it from swing trading, in particular gold, it looks like we have some time back, it looks like we've broken through the monthly swing tops. So gold is looking quite bullish. It's not like super bull, you know, we haven't broken any 50% fibs, or we haven't broken through any all-time highs. But I think this is the beginning of the start of the ultimate bull run. And we're not going to see gold go up tremendously while the economy is, you know, still pretty strong. You know, it's that whole thing where gold will have its jump while the economy sort of slows down a little bit. Or crashes, and then we see gold take off in those years. But I guess at this point, they're just sort of like hyping it up that we're taking off. But we're going to see a little bit of a rocky road. It's going to go up, come back, and whatnot. So if metals are something that you're looking at, or you know, you want to move some of your crypto profits over into it, it's not such a bad idea. You obviously won't see the gains. Well, who knows what the future holds. I don't expect to see the gains that I would from an early startup. It's sort of a given. But it's one of those places where has traditionally been a store of wealth, and we've got a pretty long history using precious metals, and people sort of, like, we understand that as an inherent store of value, whereas cryptocurrencies are still something new, and you know, they're extremely speculative. Like we can all see that. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. So, you know, if we do see some instability in the economy, then we can somewhat think we can go to precious metals. That's sort of where the money flows, and you know, you look back on charts and cycles, you can see that playing out as well. So pretty much, I just wanted to get at that it's not about an eternal bear point of view and that you should be chucking everything that you got into precious metals. Put your money where use as much as you feel comfortable with losing. That's always a given when you're investing. And then look for the best place of return depending on your risk tolerance. You know, so precious metals, you're going to get a few percent here and there by the month. You know, in the last, if you're looking at silver from the low in July, around 1550 or just a tad under that, 1520, we're hitting 18 bucks. So we've kind of, you know, we've almost seen 20% in the last month and a bit. You know, like in crypto, that's nothing. So that's something you need to take into consideration as well. So risk tolerance, what that is, you know, what that means to you, and I guess don't risk any more than you're willing to lose. And remember, we are not in a bear market. We will have a mid-cycle slowdown somewhere in the next couple of years. That will only last for a short period. That'll be much bigger than what we've seen in the recent years. And people will think the world is over. That is the time to pounce. These guys are not going to see it. They're going to think it's the end of the world, and they're not going to be thinking it's a time to buy. That's what I have my money on, if that was a betting practice there. And then we'll see a nice big skyrocket into the 2020s. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video there, long enough. I'll leave the link to JSnip4's video down below. If you're a subscriber of his channel, remember to check out my channel. I'm going to be talking about this a lot more often because, as I said, why would I talk about something that I'm not so interested in? Although I don't agree with Bix and JSnip and Clif High on everything, I think they are presenting something a little bit different to the ordinary. So I appreciate that, and I'll, you know, enjoy some of their content. So until next time, remember to like, share, subscribe, and yeah, check me on Facebook. The link's down below. It's where I've got conversation going on there, and Instagram. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, peace out.